Okay, blessings everyone. We are on our last day in Georgia. I don't know when I'll post this. This is Kay, and I want to use her here as an example. And before I start, we are not taking clients for Georgia anymore until for July. When we come closer to July, we'll be back in Georgia in July. I will post the dates when we start back working in July. Once I post it, then you guys can call me. I'm also not taking clients for New Jersey yet. I will be start back in June. I'll post those dates. For the month of May, we are not working for the month of May. We work every 3 months at both locations, and then we have a rest month. Okay? Just whether you're calling for the New Jersey location or the Georgia location, just wait. Once it's posted, then I'll start taking bookings. If you missed us on this trip, I'm sorry. We could only take what the time slots allow me. I can't exert myself and do too much. You guys already know why. So it's not the end of the world. This lady actually said she was following me before I met Jimmy.
Absolutely.
That's not creepy at all, Miss K. That's not creepy at all. Anyway, she laughed, right? She was even willing to fly up to Jersey to see us, and I said, "Sis, just relax. We're coming down to Georgia, all right? So, guys, just wait. You're gonna get in, all right? God willing." So one of the biggest misconceptions. Oh, and before I say that, stop texting me unless you're a client. The reason why you guys get no reply from me, I do not book via text. I know there are a lot of professionals or hair professionals where you could just text them and say, I want to book an appointment, and they just take the appointment. I don't do that. I don't know who you are before I open my door and you and a whole football field outside waiting to jump me and my husband. No. Right? I need to get to know you. All right? You remember that. We had an
Yes.
interview on the phone. If you met me in person,
Absolutely.
you know it's a full-blown interview. I need to know this is a good marriage that is going to happen when it comes to your hair. You're not supposed to let any and everybody touch your hair. So let's see if we have a good mesh. And then I will say if you want to see me and if I want to see you. Okay? Anyone who is doing here, be mindful. Don't go after the money. This is for people who do hair or barbers. Interview your potential clients. Find out if they're a good match. All right, because not everyone is a good match. I'm blessed where 99.9% of my clients I've met, she included the lady who just left, they're amazing. All the new clients we met in Georgia, we love all of you, and in Jersey. But I go through a strict process, and I want to make sure you are not wasting your money and your time, which is two valuable commodities in this day and age. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. So I do not book via text or emails. It has to be a call, leave a voicemail when we start taking bookings. So one of the biggest misconceptions people have is that the weight of their hair thins their hair out. This sister, I can't put the whole thing in the video, her locks actually past her knees, right? I'm going to pull her back. Do you mind if I show the side? Plus you have on a mask.
No, I'm
Nobody's
good.
seeing you. Right. Full head of hair, full hairline, right? Full hairline. Locks are still the exact size that she started with. Want to know why? Because I already know long when she's, look at that, she started, this is what I'm talking about, and this is our first time meeting. Remember, I keep telling you, when you start your locks short, let whoever is starting your locks started with a full base, so when your locks grows, nothing is thinning. Okay, the weight of hair, I personally think it does not affect locks. I do not think so, right? Here, why your hair thins out as it gets longer. One, you are doing it too often. You are doing it too tight. You're obsessed with styling. You're obsessed with techniques. You're bleaching, doing all kinds of dyes. Then we have to take into consideration medication and pre-existing conditions, right? Then we have to take into consideration hereditary. If you have male pattern baldness in your family, that is going to thin your hair. What else am I missing? Am I missing anything else that thins hair out? I did the styling. Right, those are the top things that thins your hair out. The weight or the length of the hair, look at pulling the cord, that's how long her hair is. Tangling up all in my bracelet. Like I'm fighting the hair, the cord, right. The length of her hair does not, very strong. Okay, if she and Shanae was fighting in the streets, she ain't gonna lose nothing. All right. Again, look at it open up. You're not even seeing scalp. Look at that. I have to dig to show the scalp. All the locks are thick. Very disrespectful, very inappropriate. Just the way I like it. All right, look at that. Same size, all the way down. Okay, so stop believing that, oh, when now if you want to cut your hair short, it's fine, but stop believing, oh, when my hair grows, you know, somebody will say it's too long, that's why your hair thinning out. That is not true. My mother, like 100 years old, she's not, she's 71, but you know, she old. And she still have a full head of hair, okay? And her locks are longer than this sister's locks. My mother been growing her locks for almost 30 something years, right? We have clients who locks are to their ankles and they have full heads of hair. She's done. What do you do with your locks?
Nothing.
You do you
just
style
wash
it?
No, I don't style it. I just wash it and grease it and
go about. She Caribbean, so she say grease. Don't go and buy grease. We call everything grease. All right, Caribbean people call everything that your oil is but it's called grease. You're so Caribbean. How often are you washing?
I'll probably wash it once a month. Okay. Maybe.
Okay, we'll cut that down because you really don't need to wash. The water was practically clean. Okay. All right. Good. You want to not overwash because it dries out your follicles, which it's not going to damage your hair, but it's just pointless. You really don't need to overwash. Okay. All right. So this is what healthy head of long hair looks like. I was waiting for a client like this for the longest while. All right. You're going to have it for a long time if you stop doing the most, if you stop overthinking it, if you stop getting all these tight styles. I'm not saying, like she says, what do you do with it? Sometimes rose petals or something?
The rose petals.
The rose petals, right. You guys know what rose petals are, right? I don't know. I think it's something you loop up and it comes like little... Okay, good. I figured that. Right. That's not damaging to cause any major damage, all right? Stop getting your hair done often. Stop having it done too tight. Right. The technique, all techniques are bad. People still ask, so what technique are you using and all of that. We've had clients who came with interlock techniques and their hair is damaged. We have clients who came with palm roll or twisting or the Bangkok method and their hair is still damaged because they were getting it done too often. All right? Sister just left. She left us. She saw her and she was convinced it was the weight. I can do the video with her here this morning because I have to do this lady's hair, and she was convinced it was the weight. The top of her hair is gone, right? Thinned out a lot. And when she's looking at this lady's hair, she's like, how come my hair 10 times shorter than yours? But this happened. I said, because it's hereditary. Her mother thinned, her sister's thinned, the aunts thinned, right? So that's nothing she could do about that. But what we are going to do is prevent the previous client from thinning more. Miss K do not have that problem. This is a grown woman. Look at it. It's nice and spongy. It's here for a while. Okay? So I'm going to do her locks, and then we're going to see how beautiful this looks. Look at messing up my damn cord. Look. Oh, wait. Don't pull. Okay, so we are back. Her hair is done. It's blessed. I'll talk about a couple of things, and then she's going to talk about some of the advice she was getting concerning the length of her hair. First, let me show you. Pull that in the front. Record. I should have fixed this first before I start doing videos. Priorities, Yanni. Priorities. All right. See her base. She has a nice... shit. Turn around, girl. I must break my nail. She has a nice fat base. This is what we're talking about. Nice and fat, right? So it's growing long. Nothing is in danger of popping. Her fuzzies are still there. She is Rasta like me. She's from the Caribbean, Jamaican, right? Yes. Right, so she's Jamaican. Shout out to the Yardie crew. Shout out to the Yardie crew. What? Right? Shout out to the Yardies, right? And she doesn't, I'm honored because I'm the first person who has ever touched her hair. All right, this is the length of it. Now, before I come with the advice on what she was getting, her new growth grows with her locks. You mind if I turn you around to show them? No. So she had all this extra hair in the front. See them, nubbies? A bunch of them, right? The whole hairline. So I actually thought maybe she lost locks. She's like, no, that just grew from nowhere. And as I got to the top, I'm like, it didn't grow from nowhere. It belonged in the lock. So instead of taking it and rolling it back into the lock, she created a whole new set of locks in the front. her new growth, she didn't know that her new growth grows away from her locks. I say I should have just left it or just roll it back into the lock. But this actually turned out cool, because what I'm going to do when she comes the next time, I want these to lock on their own. I lock it in the root. These are going to lock on their own by her doing what I call twiggly fingers, just rolling your fingers around to help it lock. And when we come back in July, she says she wants to be a regular client. She has a few locks that has doubles and twinsies on them, or what I call twinsies. I'm going to cut them off. Let me see if I find one. Okay, here's one. I will cut this off and fill the whole front with her own locks, not 4 locks or anything. And because I say that, don't be calling me telling me you want me to reattach your locks. I'm going to do it for her because this happened. You cut your locks off because you were going through some kind of drama, or you're going through a change and you cut your locks and you have it in a bag and you're calling me to reattach your locks. No. And I'll tell you why I will not do that. You do not want that energy back on your head. Like if a doctor amputates a patient's leg due to diabetes, they don't take the gross leg and stick it back on the stump. All right? They throw the leg away. Start your locks over. Stop taking your bad energy, and I'm speaking from experience, because since I cut my locks off due to having Graves' disease, this is my second set of locks. If I kept my first set, it would have been her length or longer. I sent my locks to Trinidad. It's somewhere in Trinidad soil, right? I'm not taking that locks. I didn't take that locks and stick it back on my head. I started over when I was ready. So that is a message. You guys know in my videos, when all the shenanigans is done, I give you some gems. You cut your locks off due to anything, a change, stress, a breakup, or anything, and then you're ready for your locks. Start over fresh. Do not put that energy back on your head. You all have no clue the power these antennas have. Stop doing stuff like that. In her case, I will reattach her locks. Not really reattach, because she created a whole set. Okay? This is different. A lot of you get turned down, or just don't return that call. Hi, Yanni. I see you do a reattachment, and that Jamaican girl with the black and white top. Could you reattach? I'm not even touching that energy. Serious? I'm serious. People have done that, and they're like. And one time years ago, I spoke to this lady, and she wanted me to do it, and I said, first of all, I like to know why for everything. Why did you cut your locks off? Exactly. I was going through a lot of divorce, and now I'm ready. So a divorce is some serious shit. So you want me to take those locks where you were going through all that negative drama and put that energy back on your head? So I had to use the amputated leg thing. Or you go to a dentist, and the dentist, you have a rotten tooth, the dentist pluck the tooth, and then you go home and like, you know what, I think I need my rotten tooth back, and they stick it back up in the softy bloody gum, you know, and you end up with gangrene in your mouth. Come on, man, quit it. Stop it. I know teeth can't grow back, but hair could. All right, just grow your dang on hair back. So back to you. What was, first of all, how was your session? Ooh.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I mean, I waited over 3 years for this
appointment. You don't have to say it like that.
But I would wait again longer if I had to. It was wonderful. It was great.
Even with the tough love?
Even with the tough love. That made it even better, actually. That made it even better.
Yeah, because you know if you're thin skin, you can't come around down it, right?
You definitely can't.
You can't.
She keeps it real. She keeps it real.
I keeps it real. Like Dave Chappelle said. I keeps it real. It just said don't go wrong. When keeping it real goes wrong, I keeps it real.
That's right. That's right.
So what advice were you getting about your locks before?
Well, you know, I was getting, it was getting too long. Maybe you can cut it, trim it, cut it a little bit more because it's starting to pull and tug.
So you came closer wondering if that's what
you yeah. I almost, you know, I was ready to cut it and make it a little bit shorter up my back.
Right.
Because, you know, the advice that you get from people, you know, they think they know better. But I knew that I wanted to wait to see what your professional opinion was going to be. So I knew I was going to wait either way before I did anything. So I'm happy I did.
Yeah, it wasn't thinning. You're here on a scale of 1 to 10. You're a 20. Lean forward so they can see it. Hold on, let me see if it's showing. Right. You guys see how thick her locks are? So she did this. I love these nubbies. I'm going to leave it. If you start nubbies, don't just start nubbies. She's a woman, so she could put a band around her head just to hold these down. Don't put any faux locks. Just if you have extra in your hair, in this case, like extra locks on one of your locks, take it off when the nubbies reach this length, because now they are stronger, so you could add your own locks back on whichever way you want to. Okay, that's up to you, right? Hopefully when she comes, my mom will be here. So I'm going to have my mom do the reattachment for her because my hand I still have tremors in my hand from Graves' disease. But I can do it if I do it slowly, right? I notice her hairline is not greased down. Everything is intact. Right? She's just going to do twinkly fingers, like as I said before. That will help block it. She's not going to do that every day. That's how this thing I'm doing right now is how we started Locs back in the day in the Caribbean. You just separate it here and you roll it, and eventually it locked up. Right now these are in the front because they're brand new and not locked, so just leave it there, and then I'll fill the whole front in. Okay, and that's it. Your hair, the weight is not your hair. If the length of your hair is being damaged because of the weight, I've also seen this, I forgot to mention that. I've seen it before, but what happened most of the times is because the person, when their hair started thinning, whoever they were going to, kept adding more and more locks. And when their hair were thinning, they were adding the faux locks, the wraps, right? But in her case, let me show you all again. In her case, ooh, hold on, we fighting, girl, we fighting with the hair. See? See how fat those bases are? That's what you want, okay? In her case, there's nothing thinning. She never got it trimmed. You guys hear me talk about this all the time. I love when I see clients like this, not because of the length of her hair. In fact, another young lady just came in and noticed she has a beautiful head of hair also, where you started with thick locks because you don't know how long you want to keep this for, right? I would like everybody to keep their hair as long as they can. But you want, when it does grow, it grow from a good anchor. A lot of people find the skinny locks or the small locks are cute until your hair start to grow and you realize they are popping. That's why I personally do not like small locks. All right, so she's just going to use castor oil. She's not going to wash. She's going to leave her hair alone until she sees us in, if she chooses to be, in July, God willing. And now she is a regular. Right, and then we're going to do another video showing how I reattach myself, or mommy is going to reattach her locks in the front, and it's just 4 or 5 of them. Okay, look how big and fat this one is too. It's a fatty fat. Beautiful healthy head of hair. Okay, so guys, again, we will be back in June in the New Jersey location and in July in the Georgia location. Please, when I post this, I think I'm going to post this today or tomorrow. No more voicemails, no more calls. In fact, by tomorrow, when we do the last client, the phone is coming off. I take my phone off during our rest month. All right, do not leave any text messages. Do not leave any voicemails. Do not leave any email addresses. Please wait until I post the dates. And then when I post the dates, just like these 2 new clients who are here right now, didn't I call you back?
Yes, you
did.
did.
Didn't I call you back, sister, who eyes closed, getting her washed and looking like she's sleeping? Wake up, asking you a question. I just messing with you. The girl eye closed, like, why Yanni involving me in this shit? Like, let me just enjoy Jimmy right now. Like, damn it, Yanni. Didn't I call you back, Angelique? Yes, ma'am. There we go.
Yes,
right. I do call back once I think you really need my help. And we will see you once there's space. Until then, all this talking I'm doing is to educate you all so you all could handle some stuff yourself. You heard what she said? She said, I know I was listening to Yanni's advice before I decided to listen to these people and cut my locks off because they're saying it was too heavy. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, guys, I love you all. Thanks for the love. All the new people that saw us on this trip, too much names to remember. Oh my God, it was a lot. All right, I love you all. It was a lot of fun. The girl who flew in from Seattle, Washington, who came up from Texas, who came up from Nashville yesterday. There's a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all came in. But it was fun. All right, we love you guys. Everyone be blessed. Your hair look amazing. Let me see.
Thank you, Yanni.
Yeah, it really look good. Can't even see us. You still can't see the sky. Yeah, it look good. The base is strong though. I'm looking at it in the video.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a strong ass base. If he was fighting Shanae in the streets, she can't pull shit.
She ain't doing nothing.
Nah, she ain't doing nothing. If you and Shanae was twerking and then use a better twerker and you start busting Shanae ass, nope. That hair staying on your head. For real. Strong.
Oh, I'm so